What's up everyone, it's Ryan here, and today we're back on another video, and it's a holiday, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you all enjoyed your holiday of spending time with people you like and loved ones. I really hope you enjoyed it. So I decided instead of doing a Transformers upload, I thought I'd actually be doing an upload that actually is really fun, and this is Toy Story. Everyone likes Toy Story, and we're actually going to be talking about Toy Story 4, the trailer that they recently dropped. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're actually going to be talking about spoilers. I'm not going to throw up that card that says spoilers because I really want to get into the video. But yes, spoilers for Toy Story. If you have not seen any of the past Toy Story films, spoilers. I repeat, there will be spoilers for Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and probably the 4 because we're actually going to be talking about the trailer and what could happen. So if you don't want spoilers for any Toy Story movies, click off please, because we're actually going to be talking about spoilers and the Toy Story 4 trailer and what I can predict about what might happen in the movie. So I'm really excited. Let's get into it. Guys, if you didn't know already, I'm actually going to be doing this video in the spirit of Valentine's Day, and it's actually going to be breaking down the Toy Story 4 trailer because Toy Story, everyone really likes that, so I thought it'd be fun to actually do it on this holiday. So for the first scene of the trailer, we actually get to see this really colorful and bright theme park, which seems to be some sort of festival or a carnival, and it seems like everyone's having a good time. So it seems like the movie could take place in this carnival a lot because a lot of the art or promotional art for this movie has sort of been centered around carnival games and stuff. So if I had to guess, this is where Toy Story 4 will probably be taking place most of the time. So I don't know if this is a callback or an Easter egg to the first Toy Story movie in 1995, but really made me think back to that one scene where you actually got to see Pizza Planet and Woody and Buzz are actually trying to look around because they're sort of lost, and Woody's looking for Andy and Buzz is in some other direction thinking about something else. That definitely reminds me of the scenario we have here in Toy Story 4, and I'll get to that in a second. But yes, I definitely think the plot is very similar, so I don't know if that's an Easter egg or not, but definitely made me think of the first Toy Story movie. But then moving on to the next scene, you actually get to see a huge character reveal for a character who's actually coming back, and this is actually Bo Peep. Now, if you don't know who she is or forgot about her, I'll talk about her in a second, but it seems like this version of her is sort of like a survivor toy. It seems like she has a cape, and she has her shepherd's cane still. I can't remember the word for it, but it seems like her and Woody are still friends, which is good. But yes, let's move on. Moving on, what happened to Bo Peep, we're not really sure because it seems over the years for the Toy Story films, she only appeared in the first one and she sort of looked like a shepherd, and it seems after the first Toy Story film, she didn't appear for any others, which is interesting. So hopefully she sort of actually explains what she's been doing over these years and what happened to her sheep, because I really liked her pet sheep too, so hopefully they're still around, or she explains where they are, or what happened to them if they're not in the film. But then the next scene is actually pretty cool, as we actually get to hear Woody and Bo Peep, when they actually reunited, we actually get to hear Bo Peep say, "Where's Buzz?" And then Woody's well, he's probably tied up somewhere, and then we literally get to see a scene of Buzz actually being zip tied to this sort of prize gallery, and it's hilarious. It's great on the director's part, and again, really funny scene to see. So the scene actually gets really funnier when you actually get to see what arcade that Buzz is actually trapped in, and this is actually one called the Star Adventure because there's a sign above, and there's a planet and a spaceship, and it seems I think this was done on purpose by the directors and stuff, because they really want you to show this guy was probably put here for a good laugh, because Buzz is an adventurer and he's also a space ranger, so yeah, I think they combine the two and it's perfect for him. So yes, it just made the scene more funny. Then the next scene, you actually get to meet two other toys that are also in this Star Adventure arcade that are actually tied up as the top prize, and this is actually Ducky and Bunny. Now it seems these two people are also new characters to the Toy Story 4 film, so it seems they could be main characters. I'm not sure yet, but it seems we've actually met them in other sort of short videos of Toy Story 4, but we'll have to wait and see of what they could do in the movie, because I'm sort of interested. Are they good? Are they evil? I'm not sure yet, because it seems they could be good, they could be there for comedy, I'm not sure, but yes, let's just move on. So then we actually get to see Buzz actually trying to convince the two to actually help him get out of that prize arcade in the Star Adventure game. But then we actually get to hear him say that, like, hey, you can't take our prize spot, because they're probably thinking that he wants to take their prize spot. But while in the background when he's trying to convince them to help, like, get him out of there, we actually get to see, well, like an Easter egg. You actually get to see the classic, like, star on a bouncy ball on one of those rockets right next to Buzz. It's sort of like in the corner, but you can see it pretty good. But yes, that's like a classic Toy Story reference for any of other Disney movies. It's either that or the Pizza Planet truck. So yes, pretty cool to actually spot that in the background. So there's only like a few short scenes of like Bunny and Ducky actually just teasing him and kicking him, so it seems like they're sort of goofing with him. But I'm really interested to see what actually happens to Buzz. Like, how will he get out of there? Will like Ducky and Bunny actually come around to their senses and actually rescue him and like get him out of that like tie stuff that actually is sort of like holding Buzz like to those poles? So I'm not sure, but it's gonna be interesting when you actually get to see the official film, because I'm really curious to see what happens. Like a lot of the other characters coming back, or like the new characters coming in. But yes, that's basically the trailer for Toy Story 4. But I'm also gonna be moving on to some speculation now. But moving on to some of that sad stuff and like sort of like emotional stuff for Toy Story 4, we actually get to see some posters of like this tan, gray, and sort of like dark background that's really not very bright, just really dull. And we actually get to see like Woody, and he's tipping his cowboy hat. And this is really sad because you don't know what this could mean. Could somehow like Woody move on? Could he die somehow? Could he sacrifice himself? What could happen? Could he go to toy heaven somehow? I don't know, but this seems like really sad. Like maybe he has like a last goodbye to Buzz or something. But this really gets me worried. Just looking at this picture actually gets me like sort of like teared up or something, because I'm afraid of what might happen to like everyone's favorite toy, Woody. So then we actually get to see another Toy Story poster of this dull background, and this one's actually of Buzz, and it's really sad because you're like Woody, like what will happen to this space ranger? Like what will happen to him? Because will he sacrifice himself like Woody? Would he go to toy heaven? I don't know, because this is like really scary, because there's gonna be even more news to back us up, and it's just really sort of like sad to see like all of this art of Woody and Buzz and like this like background, like because it seems like a lot of the past Toy Story like posters with characters on them have been really bright and everyone's happy, but seems like Buzz and Woody are like sort of like serious. Seems like Buzz is serious and like Woody's sort of like medium, but yes, very concerning of like what could happen to our favorite toys, Buzz and Woody. And to add on to sad news for Toy Story 4, we actually got to hear like either Woody or Buzz's voice actor say like the last two lines of his character were really hard to like say because like he had to look away. So I'm guessing they were really sad. And it really actually makes me think like what could happen to our favorite characters. There's also like posters and art of like Buzz's wing actually like floating through space, and there's like a whole bunch of asteroids and stars. So that's how we know it's in space, but still sad because like what happened? And it says like to infinity and then you're like, wait, what happened? And like what happened to Buzz? And then there's also this other one of like Woody's cowboy hat, and you're like the same thing, like it's in a desert, and you're like, where's Woody? He like always has his hat, and you're like, wait, what's happening? Like Buzz's wing, like what's happening to like Woody? Like what happened to the two characters? But it seems like it's really interesting because Buzz is like a space ranger and like Woody's a cowboy. So these are like the two locations. That's why they're in the two locations. But still really sad because like what could have happened to these two like guys? Like really. But back on like the happy note for Toy Story 4, we actually get to see like that teaser trailer, and I'm not gonna break it down, but it seems like everyone's happy, and I don't think I'll be in the movie, but we get to see like Woody, and he's like the beginning of the circle. Then you get to see Buzz, and he's happy, but it seems like everyone's happy floating around in a circle with this like bright sunshine and a blue background with clouds, which reminds me of Andy's room. And you also get to see Jessie, and she seems like really happy, like she always is. Good to see her return, because it seems like Bo Peep and her will return. So yes, Bo Peep and her is going to return, so that's going to be fun. And it seems like Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head are also going to be coming back, which is going to be fun, because I'm interested to see what he'll be thinking about in this movie. Will he still be grumpy, happy, whatever? And then you actually get to see Ham and Rex. Those are like the most funniest characters, like I have to say, besides like Woody and Buzz. But those two are pretty funny. But yes, glad to see them back as well. Like I'm glad that all the toys are back. And then finally we actually get to see see the dog, and I'm so mad I can't remember his name because that's like one of my favorite characters. And we also get to see the toy alien. But yes, again, I'm really happy to see all those characters, and I hope they have the same voice actors. But then we also get to see another new toy actually coming into the Toy Story 4 movie, and this is actually like a character I think is called Sporky or Forky. I don't know. But I really think that Toy Story 4 is going to be interesting. I'm really excited. I do think I would actually see it, but I hope we actually get to see some other trailers sort of pointing to like where this movie is going to be heading. Like, is it going to be like happy? Is it going to end on like a happy note? Because I really like this background. It reminds me of Andy's room, and I think that's the point. But yes, I don't know why I like that scene so much. It's just really pretty to see that, like, bright blue background, the clouds, that bright sunshine, and like everyone's happy. I don't know, I just really like that teaser trailer. But yes, I definitely think Toy Story 4 should end on a happy note. Alrighty guys, that's the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed this trailer breakdown, and like if Toy Story 4 will end on like a good note or a bad note. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. It's the day after Valentine's Day, but I did edit this through Valentine's Day, and I thought just be happy to make this video. That's why I'm like wearing red, because it's sort of like still Valentine's sort of. But yes, I decided just to do this video because it's Valentine's Day. But if you want to see more, leave comments and I will. But yes, until next time, I should be making another video soon, and it might be out today or tomorrow. So see you next time, guys. You're all awesome.